Ninjago was one of my favorite LEGO themes growing up, as well as one of my favorite shows, which is why I think it'd be a good idea to go back and take a look at each wave of sets, each season of the show, and each incarnation of the spinners or whatever little gimmick they had that year. To start this off, we're going to start by taking a look at some of the original pilot sets here today. The smallest set of the wave, Ninja Training Outpost, is a set that should have just been a poly bag. Containing just coal, the worst of the 4 ninjas, no enemies, and no golden weapons, this set would have been a great gift with purchase, but as a set taking up retail space sold at stores, I don't know, man. For $5 though, this set is decent enough of a value. According to Bricklink though, this set new will run you back around $17, which for a nearly 15-year-old set is not horrible at all. The second smallest of the sets sold in the first wave was Ninja Ambush, sold for $7 and contained 71 pieces. This set came with 2 minifigures, Kai the Fire Ninja and a skeleton named Bonsai. This was the cheapest way, at the time, to get the main character of the pilot episodes, Kai. Additionally, this set contained the Scythe of Quakes, one of the 4 golden weapons. My opinion is that this is a great set for the value. While the build is not great, this is a great entry-level set as it came with the main character and a generic skeleton for him to fight. Nowadays, to pick this up, it'll look to run you about $40 new. The next set on our list is the Skull Motorbike. For $15, this is probably one of the better deals, given how great this build and figures are. We get Jay the Lightning Ninja and Chopov the Skeleton. Despite Chopov being basically another generic skeleton, the build is fantastic, with, in my opinion, the very best ninja, Jay. This set also comes with the Nunchucks of Lightning. For this set new, however, you can find it on Bricklink for around $44. My thoughts on this set are that for $15, this is one heck of a deal. Looking at sets we see now for $30 and even sometimes $50, this still stands out as one of the best in the wave considering the price. The Ice Dragon Attack is yet another example of a great small LEGO Ninjago set. For just $20, you get a whole Ice Dragon. I'm telling you, nobody out here doing it like LEGO Ninjago in 2011. This set comes with Zane in his DX outfit and Crazy, the funny jester clown. For $20, this is a great value, and I am so sad that I never picked this up. To do so nowadays, though, you're looking at around $150. Skeleton Bowling! I was a bit unsure whether to classify this as a set or as a spinner, as if I were just talk about every spinner, this video would be way too long. But I decided, sure, let's just call this a set like the others. This is a fun set that sold for $30 and came with JDX in his special spinner, as well as 6 bowling pin skeletons for him to knock down. Now here we have the only set of the original wave I ever managed to pick up, the Turbo Shredder. With Cole, Jay, and Frank Jaw, this set contains some great minifigures, and especially for $30, this is a great value. I'm glad I picked it up. The build is great, featuring a pretty mean-looking car and the Scythe of Quakes. Nowadays, this set will run you around $115 new, but I'll tell you, it's definitely worth it, as a set like this nowadays would go for $60 at least. The Spinjitzu Dojo is the base of operation for the ninja, and because of this, it contains Sensei Wu, their teacher, this being the only way to get him at the time. For $50, this was a steal, with a full spinner and playing card for Wu included, as well as Zane and the best skeleton warrior, Knuckle, with his cool mohawk. How does he even have a mohawk? Skeletons don't have hair! Additionally, this set contains the Shuriken device, the coolest of all the golden weapons. Brand new, this set is surprisingly not horribly priced, at just $85 on Bricklink. The Ninjago Battle Arena. Dare I say this is the only stinker of the wave. For $50, this set is just a major ripoff. I understand that this is made for kids to be introduced to the spinner sets, but considering spinners were sold for $10 each, and you get 2 of them, that's $30 just for the arena. And in all seriousness, tell me that when you were a kid you played Ninjago spinners in the arena, and not just on the floor like the everyman. Regardless, this set nowadays is still marked as much higher than average at $90 according to Bricklink. The biggest set of the original wave, Garmadon's Dark Fortress, is a masterpiece. As a kid, I loved this set so much. For $70, this set was an amazing value, coming with all 4 of the gold weapons and such a great looking build. Coming with Kai, his sister Nia, Garmadon, Samukai, and 2 generic skeleton soldiers, this set has more minifigures than any of the other sets in the wave. It pains me every day knowing that if I were to buy this set new, now it'll cost $250. And that's all of the original 2011 Ninjago sets. Except for a few, but be honest. Did anybody really buy Cole's Dragon Defense? As of filming this 13 years ago today, Lego Ninjago Master of the Spinjitzu first graced our TV screens. So what better time than now to take a look back at the original pilot season and see if it still holds up today. The show starts off on Kai and Nia's blacksmith shop for weapons. Kai is working on his swordsmanship when Sensei Wu walks in and goes, "Hey, you got anything for a ninja?" As all good business owners would, Kai tells him to fuck off. Then immediately, after not even 30 seconds, a bunch of skeletons attack the blacksmith shop. Kai goes out to fight them alone, even though there's 20 of them. Meanwhile, the two named skeletons, including my beloved Knuckles, sneak into the shop to find a map. But, uh-oh, for Kai, one of the skeletons has 4 arms. Whatever will he do? Oh wow, it's Sensei Wu, the old guy from earlier, coming to save him. But uh-oh, the skeletons retreat and take Nia. I guess Kai has to train to be a ninja now, but not before a plot dump. Wu talks about the 4 golden weapons and how they are too powerful for anyone to handle all of them at once. Remember this. This will be useful later. Wu's brother is Garmadon, the big evil bad guy, and he wanted all 4 of those weapons because he's a greedy little boy who's evil. Wu, of course, sent his back to the underworld and hid the weapon. But uh-oh, Garmadon's back and looking for them, and Kai's dad was the only one with a map to them for who knows what reason. So now they gotta find the weapons, but uh-oh, Kai's a ninja now, ninja alert, ninja alert. So Kai comes to train with Wu at the dojo and fails a whole bunch of times on an obstacle course. But when he doesn't fail, Wu goes, "Ta-da, you're a ninja now, the end." Later that night, though, 3 other mysterious ninja attack Kai, for no reason at all. I've watched this scene like 5 times, and it still makes no sense why they attacked Kai. Like, not even for plot reasons. Genuinely, there's no reason to. They could have just introduced it, here's the ninjas. You work with them, but like... Wu gets mad and punishes them with new outfits, except for Cole. Cole doesn't deserve a new outfit. So the 4 ninja head out to the location for the Scythe of Quakes, the first and lamest golden weapon. Garmadon's skeleton army is already there, though, and it seems to be pretty hot on the trail. So the ninjas sneak in, with the one rule being, they cannot use the golden weapon. They somehow find what an entire army can't, and reach the golden scythe. But uh-oh, the skeletons heard them, and meet them at the site. A fight ensues where wowie zowie, the ninja learn how to use Spinjitzu, the namesake of the show. The skeletons retreat, but not from the ninja, but from the dragon, guarding the weapon. So Kai uses the weapon on the dragon, temporarily stunning him, and they all exit through the cave. Wu was mad at them, though, for using the weapon. Anywho, montage of them collecting the shurikens of ice and the nunchucks of lightning. We meet back with the ninja camping for the night outside of the Temple of Fire, holding the Sword of Fire. Which I know this is nitpicky, but if you want to hide the weapons, maybe not keep the Sword of Fire in a massive building called the Temple of Fire. Regardless, Kai sees a hallucination of Nia that leads him to the temple, but uh-oh, the hallucination was actually not Nia, it was Lord Garmadon. In the pilot season, Garmadon has a noticeably deeper voice, which is way better in my opinion, and way scarier than what we see in the rest of the show's run.
I see you protect one, but what of the other 3?
Anyways, Kai takes the Sword of Fire and saves the real Nia, who is being kept up in the temple for some reason. Garmadon still fights him though, and Kai is unable to hit him due to him being a shadow. Once again though, they are saved by Wu, who takes the sword to the underworld, allowing Kai and Nia to escape. Meanwhile, the other 3 ninjas are ambushed by skeletons, who take the other golden weapons to bring them to Garmadon in the underworld. But uh-oh, the ninja can't get there on their own because it's the underworld, so they have to befriend the dragons that were guarding the golden weapons. Once they do, though, they make their way to the underworld to save Sensei and to fight Garmadon. But zoink scoop, they land right in the middle of the whole skeleton army. Wu confronts his brother, but is met by Samukai, wielding the other 3 golden weapons. Back to the ninjas, though. They use their Spinjitzu to create the Tornado of Creation to stop all the skeletons. Samukai manages to defeat Wu and picks up the Sword of Fire, but because no one can possess all 4 at once, he turns into a wormhole that allows Garmadon to escape. He then, as he leaves, said that this was his plan all along, leaving the golden weapons to the ninja and restoring balance to Ninjago. I think it's safe to say that even after 13 years, it still holds up as an amazing pilot show. Considering that it was essentially just an ad for toys, the story alone could exist even without the toys as just a story. It is a really good pilot, and it came out at a really good time for Lego, and I think it's safe to give this 5 ninjas out of 5. Alright, thank you and happy Ninjago to everyone. With every wave of Ninjago sets that come out, Lego always includes a gimmick to go with it. Whether it be the Airjitsu Flyers or the Spinjitzu Slammers, there will always be a gimmick. And today I'm here to talk about the first and best of those gimmicks, the spinner. In total, 15 spinners were released, with 11 in the winter wave and then 14 later in the summer. But enough talking about them. Let's go back and take a look at what these spinners came with. Each spinner came with, of course, the figure, the spinner, and a bottom tile piece that would allow the spinner to be able to spin, playing cards, 3 weapons, an instruction manual, and 3 pieces to build a stand. The figures you could get spinners for were Kai, Cole, Zane, the starter set, which came with both Jay and Frank Jaw, Chopov, Bonzai, Crazy, Cole DX, Zane DX, Nia, Knuckle, my beloved, Cruncha, Whiplash, Sensei Wu in his special black outfit, and of course, Garmadon. If you went to any store at this time, though, you would see a ton of the skeleton sets, as, come on. Be honest, what kid is excited and eager to go pick up his very own Crunch-A-Spinner? But how do you play the game, I hear you ask? To which I say, what's wrong with you? Nobody ever played the game like it was intended. Game revolves around trying to knock your opponent's minifigure off of their spinner. Doing so would result in that character losing a weapon and having to give it to the winner. I can tell you from experience, though, that the skeletons go flying off their spinners way easier than the actual normal minifigures. The best characters to use are always without a doubt one of the ninjas. The game ends once one character loses all of their weapons. There are also cards that can be played that grant players abilities such as raising their spinner up by 1 brick, or allowing a character to hold 2 weapons for a turn. I don't know a single person that ever played with the cards though, as the whole card game thing was just too complicated to understand as a 7-year-old. As a kid, I would usually just spin the spinner at the skeleton standing up on a base plate, which using this as an opportunity to talk about this, because this is the last video I'm making about the pilot season in Ninjago, but the skeletons had the worst leg pieces of all time. Like, I went through so many of those. I remember my dad calling up Lego and going, hey, can we get some of just the leg pieces, because they just kept breaking on me. And Lego support guy was like, yeah, we know, it's a big problem. Like, why wasn't it fixed, Lego? Why wasn't it fixed? Anyway, please comment down below if you have any Lego skeleton leg stories to make me feel validated about this, so it's not just me that's crazy. This was how I got most of my Lego Ninjago minifigures back in the day, though. Instead of buying the sets as a 7-year-old with no money, that provided an easy, affordable option for children to get their favorite characters that, unfortunately, we don't really have anymore. Usually the spinner gimmick sort of sets that they sell now don't really have the ninjas that come in the sets that are in the suits that they have for that season. Usually it's a special type or another version of the energy true potential type of suits. And personally, I miss this, being able to go and get the full line of the ninjas in their suits for that season for just $40. That is not to say that the spinners from 2011 are perfect though. There was much left to be desired, such as the ability to further customize them and build on them, as this is Lego after all. The 2011 wave solved these problems and more, as well as providing many great new characters and spinner exclusive versions of pre-existing characters. Eventually, I will go further into detail about these and the booster packs that went along with them, and I will take a closer look next month as we look at Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu Season 2, Rise of the Snakes.